how would you define a woman, Mr. Walsh?
An adult human female.
How doesn't a transgender woman fit that definition?
Female.
Because they're not.
All right, so I did see a small clip of this right here where Matt Walsh was debating a transgender, a trans woman, I believe, someone who was a man but is now still a man wearing a wig and probably got their dingling cut off and calls themselves a trans woman. Just is what it is. Sorry. But this person asked Matt Walsh, what is a woman? Thinking that Matt Walsh was going to get clipped up. I want y'all to listen to exactly what they said, what he said. But I did not see this back and forth. Of course, you know, you only see little snippets, little nuggets, and you think you know what you're talking about. That's where the world is right now. And the world just want to see nuggets, and they think they know. Nuggets, and they think they know. That's why short form content is so popular right now. You're talking about microwave society. Nah, this is faster than microwave. Whatever's faster than microwave, that's the society we in right now. Reels, stories, reels, stories, TikTok. That's all people want to say. The quick. That's it. People don't even have time to fall in love anymore. But anyway, let's go and check this out, man. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know.
Hi, Mr. Walsh. My name is Luna, and I am a nationally registered advanced EMT here in the state of New Mexico. I am also transgender. Throughout my career as an EMT, I have responded to, by conservative estimates, about 1,500 calls for service here in the state of New Mexico. I have treated more transgender people than I can count. Who will tell me that the support of the people in their lives makes a difference in their lives? And that's been my experience as well. My question for you is, despite all of these transgender people who tell me how great things are for them, I have never once treated somebody who told me that they regretted their transition. Never once. It hasn't happened. So where is this supposed epidemic of people regretting their transitions?
You see the one person trying to start the slow clap? One person is trying to start a daggone slow clap. Why? This person didn't make a point yet. Let's continue.
Well, you could just ask them. Are you denying that they exist?
I understand they exist. I haven't seen significant evidence of it to nearly the same extent as people who tell me they're happy with their transitions.
What they're saying, what this person is saying is that this person feels like he's an expert with transgenders, and so far all the transgenders that I have talked to, they don't feel bad about what they did. So what could Matt Walsh possibly be talking about? See, that's the problem right now. Everyone think that their little bubble is the world. Well, guess what? Your bubble is not the world. It's not. and how vain must you be?
Okay, that's fine. You personally haven't seen them. I have. I talk to them all the time, so I know that they're out there. I know they exist. I also know that, I know a couple other things. I also know that the suicide rate, as we established, suicidality for trans people remains sky high.
Actually went up. Actually have gone up.
Even after transition. And I went over in the talk why all of the explanations for that somebody on your side of the discussion might offer don't hold water, they don't work, which tells us that there's something else going on, and which tells us that there's still a deep despair there. So those people who identify as trans, then they transition, and then they kill themselves, so a large number, they might not articulate, many of them may articulate this, but they might not articulate that they regret this. But even so, as they say, actions speak louder than words. And so it's pretty clear that there's something deeply wrong here. And it's also clear to me that if transition is supposed to make trans people happier, on a large scale, it's not working. And when you've got suicidality, rate of 50% or more, that tells me that this plan for making this group of people who are 50% suicidal isn't working.
Here's the thing. The reason why they're suicidal is because they are going out of their way to change what is naturally, what they're naturally blessed to be. What we are is who we are. Like, we are naturally blessed to be whatever it is that we are. But when we make it a point to go out of our way to change that, why do we feel like, even if we get our way, Even if our friends are loving us, like, you're so brave. I love that you did that. You represent us all. Yes, you're so brave. This person who clearly did not love themselves every single day before this operation or before they transition, allegedly, or so to speak, they have to look at themselves. They have to face themselves every single day. And those people are still, they're depressed, they're stressed out, they're sad, they still feel like they aren't included. That's because that was them all along. When God bless you to be who you are, you be that. All right? It's nobody's trying to disrespect a community. But if you want to take up an issue with anyone, you take it up with God. That's it.
I mean, if that's not enough to convince you, I don't know what else to tell you. And one other final point that I'll make as well, because we've all these questions, and I appreciate the questions. I appreciate that you guys at least are coming up to talk to me. In most schools, they won't even do that. So I appreciate that. But all of these questions are about, well, this trans person says that they're happy. I say that I'm happy. Even if I were to concede that there may be some trans people who feel like they're happy, I think even then they're lying to themselves, and there's a deeper despair there, which is what led them to reject themselves in the first place.
Exactly. Thank you. That's what I was pretty much trying to say, but he's more eloquent than I.
But we could put that entirely to the side, because what I'd like to do is get back to the question of, is it true, okay? It might make a man, maybe there's a man out there who feels happier if we affirm him as a woman. Is it true, though? Is it actually true? And I would say that the truth matters first before we get to the emotional questions. So,
thank you. The truth before the emotional questions. Everyone wants to get to the heart. Let's get to the heart first. I feel like. I know people who don't feel like.
I'll throw it back to you. Biological male says that he's a woman, wants to be affirmed as a woman. Is it true? Is the claim that he's making about himself, is it actually true?
I don't think they're going to answer the question.
Yes.
How? How do you know that?
How would you define a woman?
Okay. You had an opportunity, sir, to answer the question. He said, you said yes. And he said, how? And then you threw it back by asking him a question. Okay, let's go. Let's see how you answer that. How would you define a woman, Mr. Matt Walsh? Because
you've asked other people up here to define how we would define a woman. How would you define a woman, Mr. Walsh?
An adult human female.
Yahtzee! Where's my mic? You can drop the mic. Everyone can go home now. Look, y'all ain't gotta go home, but you gotta get the hell up out of here. Mic drop, huh? Sheesh, that's it. That's it.
And how doesn't a transgender woman fit that definition? Female.
Because they're not.
You heard somebody in the crowd say female. To yell, imagine this. This is, hold up, I'm gonna get back to it, but imagine this. This is the time, this is the day and age we're in, right? Where it's disrespectful to yell out female. It's disrespectful. That's disrespect. That can get you arrested nowadays. That can That can make you lose your license and be forced to take sensitivity classes in order to be able to teach at the university where you used to teach. Shout out to Jordan B. Peterson. Happened to him. All right, let's watch this joint, but listen to this. The lady she's hilarious.
And how doesn't a transgender woman fit that definition? Female.
Because they're not female. They have. You said that you are a biological male, correct?
I said I'm transgender. I might be intersex for all we know.
No, you might be intersex for all we know. Bro, you know that before you transitioned, you stood up and peed that entire time. That entire, well, you probably played some make-believe here and there. Who knows? Are you really trying to say, yes, what I saw all them years was a penis, but for all I know, I could have had a vagina somewhere in there, somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. You don't know either. Neither one of us know. So, yeah. That's my answer. Confusion. That's how you really gonna answer that question, by confusing him? No, you're confusing yourself even more. You can tell by the look on your face you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Almost as many people in the world are transgender as intersex, and a lot of people don't know.
Well, but that's a different conversation. Intersex, that's a genetic anomaly, that's a medical condition. So that's a completely different conversation. That's also not a third gender. That's a genetic anomaly that occurs within the sex binary of male and female.
Thank you. School this person.
So what you're saying is that a quote unquote trans woman is a female?
By the definitions I'm familiar with, yes.
So how would you define female?
Through my training in healthcare, there are several different categories for how we define sex. People bring up chromosomes. People also bring up hormone levels. People bring up all sorts of other categories. Lots of people don't fit neatly into a gender binary, even people we don't consider to be intersex. It's a complicated spectrum.
It's not complicated, but you also didn't define. So what is a woman? What is a female? What do these words mean?
It's complicated, and I know you're not going to like that answer, but that's because there are no simple answers.
It is a simple answer. It really is. It's an extremely simple answer. It's not complicated. That's the answer to every single thing when someone know that they are wrong and they just want to leave you on the fence. Or let's just tell them it's complicated. It's complicated. That's how people are in relationships when they don't want to be held accountable for what they're doing in their relationship. It's complicated. Every single thing in life is complicated when you don't want to be held responsible for your own freaking actions. You know what it is, but you want people to accept you based off of this complication. What's complicated is you're waiting for that one scientist to prove. You want them to prove, like, the jury is still out. You know what I mean? We don't know yet. It hasn't come in yet. We haven't had enough people tested yet to see if they're both male and female, okay? We're trying to get more tests in. We're going to have to wait for another 100 years. No, you're a damn man, okay, who decided that you wanted to be a woman because you felt like it. That's it. I felt like a woman. I wanted to be a woman, so I became that, and that's what I am. Okay. On Halloween, maybe, but in real life, no, you're not. Sorry, you're not.
In human biology.
Let me ask you a question.
You guys,
hang
on. Just let me finish. You guys like to bring up high school level biology classes a lot. I get that a lot, but
high school level biology? No, that's elementary. That's kindergarten. That's pre-K. What are you talking about? High school level? No, it's not even that high. And what you trying to say? You're college?
People who go on to more complicated biology classes will talk about sex as a spectrum.
It's not. It's not.
Well, biological researchers would disagree with you.
Well, then they're full of shit, the ones that would say that.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
There are male gametes and female gametes. Oh, I had one last question. I just had one. I had one quick. Can you come back for 1 second? Because this is an important question. You said you're an EMT.
Yes.
Okay. If you're responding to a health emergency. Biological male, somebody with a penis, is having a medical emergency, and they say to you, "I think I'm having a miscarriage." Would you check them to see if they're having a miscarriage? Would you consider that a possibility for them?
Hey,
no, but
as my man Lou Valentino would say, got him. Got him. You can't answer that. But hold on. Whoa. I apologize. They're about to BS their way out of it. Let me back this up just for 5 seconds. Let's go.
No, but that's because some people don't have body parts. Doesn't mean they're not a woman.
Okay.
Some people, no, some people do not. Anomalies do not, but some people, see, they try to say some people as if there's more than just the small amount of individuals who have been born that way. It's not that many in order for you to say some people, because to say some people is misleading. It's making you think that if I throw a rock into the crowd, there's a high likelihood that I'm gonna hit somebody who don't have body parts, which is absolutely false. It is. It's just false. And if you disagree, feel free to school me. I don't mind being wrong. Y'all know that. I don't mind being wrong. I'm not a biology major. I'm not some type of brainiac. Y'all know that. I'm just a regular old guy with opinions, okay? Based off of my own life and people that I've come across and had conversations with from time to time. I'm also a God-fearing man who understands the difference between men and women. All right, who understand how men were created and how women was created, okay? And what women have and what men have. I understand those things. But people that want to complicate, that want to confuse you so that they can make you believe what they're trying to sell you, they'll tell you any damn thing.
Sounds like we've established there are some people who, in principle, can get pregnant, and there are some people who can't. So there's two categories, otherwise known as binary.
Lots of women can't get pregnant either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can any trans women get pregnant? Oh, ask that.
Yeah, but they're still of the nature to get pregnant. The only
but
reason
they can't get pregnant.
Yes, but
truth matters, right?
It does. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Yeah, there's 0% trans women who can get pregnant. There's not 1%, not a third of percent of a trans woman who can get pregnant at all. At all. That's what I would have said if I was there on the stage. Let me talk to them.
Truth matters, and they can't get pregnant. That's the truth. So how are they still women?
Because they are for the same reason.
You see, this is the problem right there, and hopefully, see, and this is a joke to me, right? Like, it really isn't. Okay, the reason why this actually pisses me off, and I'm gonna let them finish. They only got one more minute to talk, but the reason why this pisses me off is because you actually have men saying that women can't get pregnant, so how are they women? What? They're women. You wouldn't have called them that if they weren't. And the second half of your new name of trans woman wouldn't be that if you wasn't trying to be something else, something other than what you are. You're trying to transition, move into, become a. If woman wasn't a woman, what would you become? Just say you're trans. How about that? Transhuman. Okay? I'm a transhuman. I'm a transhumanoid is what you are. But do not try to say what a woman is not, man. A woman is amazing. A woman is the best thing that ever was created, period. A woman and bacon, I will say, yeah, bacon is delicious.
For the same reason that I can rightly say that human beings have two legs. And if a person is born with only one leg, that doesn't call into question the statement that human beings have two legs, okay? A person being born with one leg doesn't mean that now legs are on a spectrum and we can't say anything at all about how many legs a person has. Who knows? They could be a centipede. You know, they could have 100 legs. No, we know human beings have two legs. If a human is born without two legs, something went wrong. They were supposed to have that second leg. Something went wrong. If you meet a person on the street who only has one leg, maybe they had an accident. Maybe they were in war. Maybe something, maybe they were in a car accident. Maybe they had cancer. A leg was cut off. But you know that something went wrong because by their nature, they're supposed to have two legs. Same thing for a woman. A woman by her nature can get pregnant. A man by his nature never can. So if you meet a woman of childbearing age, say she's 28 years old, and she can't get pregnant, you know automatically that something has gone wrong. And she can go to the doctor and find out what that thing is, even if they can't fix it. And
sometimes they can fix it. but not ever with a man. A man cannot go to a doctor and be like, bruh, doc, I want to have the baby, not my wife. What can we do about it? We gonna do something about it because I think I should be able to have babies if she can have babies. What's the difference between me and her? Nothing. That's what. Nothing. Don't answer that. I'll answer for you. Nothing.
That proves that women by their nature can get pregnant, because the simple fact that she can't shows you that there's something wrong. This is what is known as the exception that proves the rule. Whereas if a male with a penis can't get pregnant, no doctor on earth is going to run tests to see what's wrong with him, because they already know it's that he's a male, and there's only male and female, those who can get pregnant and those who can't. So that's it.
Thank you, Matt. That was awesome. That was amazing. That was remarkable. It was incredible. That was incredible.